I have a patient who would like communion today. Thank you.
We just had a death in the ED, and when you get this message, if you could reach out, either come directly to the ED with a 7-year-old child that we lost.
Yes, hi. Chaplain Joe, this is from 4300. I just want to request if you could be able to see a patient in 4313.
My patient he's in bed 3011. He would like a chaplain to come see him.
As soon as I come to the office, begin my meditation right before I begin to do anything, or even before I finish that case that I was just called into, another phone call come in.
Good morning, good evening, Chaplain Joe. We have a patient here in 3407. She's been requesting to see you. That would be very, very inspirational. I think she would like that. 3407 has been requesting to see you.
Hi, this is from 4200. I have a patient who is likely to pass in the next couple hours. I wanted to see if you could possibly come and see her family. The patient is room 4216.
Hi, this is a treasurer for our step-down unit today. We have a patient in room 3224 that's requesting for immediate priest, please. They're going to be intubating this patient soon, and family's requesting if we can please have a priest come see him in 3224. Thank you.
Hi, Chaplain Joe. There's another referral for you in 2032. It's on Dr. Amai's team. I just consulted with Dr. Amai and the patient, and she would really like some prayer and spiritual support.
I'm calling from Level 1 Delivery. I have one of my patients that is in Level 1 Delivery Room 9. She just delivered a 20-weeker demise. Please, I don't know if you can have time to come and give her words of encouragement.
I'm the nurse for patient 4319. The patient isn't Catholic, but he wants to be prayed by a priest.
Good afternoon. I'm calling from 2000. My patient in room 2030 wants to speak to the chaplain. Patient in 2030 wants to speak to the chaplain. Thank you.
As soon as I come to the office, begin my meditation right before I begin to do anything, or even before I finish that case that I was just called into, another phone call come in.
Hi, I'm the nurse in ICU. I call regarding to my patient in room 3305. The family requests the chaplain come as soon as possible.
Hello, hi. I was calling because a patient in room 2011 wanted to see you. They wanted to see a chaplain.
Hey, Chaplain, if you could see the patient in 3302, I think she's going to be transferred to a medical surgical floor, but anyway, she's in 3302. She just wanted some prayer and support, spiritual support. If you could see her, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye. Hi, Chaplain Joe. They're from social work. Doctor wants to know if you can come and see one of our ALS patients here on 3200 at 4:30. We have a long time history with him. He's one of our ALS patients from clinic. And he's actively dying on comfort care, and they definitely want to be seen by you tonight.
Hi, Joe. Mr. is on comfort measures right now. He's in room 3408, and the wife's there. She was wondering if they could get a priest to come over. Okay, thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Hi, Chaplain Joe. I have a patient, Ms. in 3224, who's got a very poor prognosis, and bioethics has been involved at this point. Family has been against the medical recommendations from our team of physicians. I feel that they would benefit from meeting with you, and I've discussed with them that you are available, and they seem to be open.
But what really skyrocketed my program was I started a program called Tea for the Soul, which was a program that I created in our medical center to provide moral distress support for family members who are coming in for surgeries or operation for their loved ones. I created a program that as people come into the hospital and become to get scared or nervous, then I come alongside them and hold them and support them through the whole process. We call that program Tea for the Soul.
Does life seem more hurried, more things to do, and less time? Then take a moment to enjoy Tea for the Soul with Kaiser Permanente's Chaplain Joe.
Here at Kaiser Permanente South Bay Medical Center, we've created the Tea for the Soul program to help families with loved ones in the hospital and staff members too. I remember a wife waiting for her husband to have a knee replacement who said, "I was in a hurry this morning and didn't have time to make coffee." Thank you, Chaplain, for having this. A mother waiting for her son to come out of surgery said, "I don't want to leave to get breakfast because they might call me." Thank you, Kaiser, for providing Tea for the Soul. A simple act of kindness, an expression of gratitude.
If you have a family member as a Kaiser patient or you're a staff member and need relief from the stress of the moment, call Chaplain Joe at 310-517-2191. That's 310-517-2191.
Tea for the Soul, and it was every Thursday, Tuesday and Thursday, he would set up like a tea station for all of the families waiting for their families to go into surgery, and he would come and he would shake hands, he would bless people, and you would see like how these nervous family members, waiting for their loved one in surgery, you see how nervous they are, but then you see how warm and comforting it is for them when Chaplain Joe comes.
Right before I begin to do anything, or even before I finish that case that I was just called into, another phone call come in.
Hi, this is Monitor Tech calling from ICU. If you can give us a chance and call us back regarding patient in 3317, if we can get a Catholic priest, please call us back.
Hi, I'm here at the hospital in room 2034. I just wish somebody could call me. I just need to talk to somebody. My room number. My room number is 2034.
I'm in room number 4214. I am requesting a visit from the chaplain. I have a medical procedure, endoscopy or something like that, tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So I was wondering if I could have a chaplain from the hospital pray for me before I go in.
Right before I begin to do anything, or even before I finish that case that I was just called into, another phone call come in.
Hi, Pastor Joe. We need your assistance in critical care, please. It's 325. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, I'm calling regarding to patient in 4031. Family would like to have you come visit him this afternoon if it's possible. Please call me back.
Hi, I believe you were the chaplain that maybe had met with my dad and I, and he's in room 4031. And I think I had someone pray with us when I was there, and now I'm back in Minnesota, and he is by himself. And I really would be like if someone could go up there today and just visit with him and ask if he wants to say a prayer. Well, thank you very much. Bye.
Hi, this message is for Chaplain Joe, one of the RNs here at Kaiser South Bay. I have a patient in room 4006 that who passed earlier this morning, and family member is requesting a blessing. If you can give me a call back, thank you.
Hey, Chaplain. There's a sweet young man in room 3416. Doesn't want to see you today, but would like to see you tomorrow. So I'm hoping you can stop by. I'll also text you too. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Right before I begin to do anything, or even before I finish that case that I was just called into, another phone call come in.
Hello, Pastor Joe. I just wanted to know if you can, when you get this message, if you can visit room 4213. 49-year-old male, just really anxious.
Hi, Father Joe. Could you visit on the second floor, room 2012? I can't get over there the next 2 days.
Hi, good morning, Joe. I hope you are well today. I have a patient I would like to refer to you. If you could give me a call.
Hi, Chaplain. Me and my intern just met with a patient, and they're requesting chaplain services, and that's 3219.
Right before I begin to do anything, or even before I finish that case that I was just called into, another phone call come in.
Hi, Chaplain.
Joe. I was just calling you about one of my patients here in ICU, 3319.
Hi, yes. I have a patient here in 4506. Wants to have a Mormon to see her, or if you can just talk to her, please. Thank you.
Hi, family member is requesting that a priest come and pray the last rites, is what I thought I heard, over 3320 in ICU.
Yes, hi. I am in room 3209 in the North Medical Building, and I'm calling because I would like to have a pastor's visit. I am having my gallbladder surgically removed tomorrow. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, Chaplain Joe, when you get a second, can you please come to ICU? There's a family in room 3319 that needs some assistance. Thank you.
Hi, Chaplain's family for Mr. Something 3303 really wants you to come. They gave him some news and they're going to go on comfort measures. So if you could please come upstairs, they would like to speak to you. Thank you.
Hi, Chaplain Joe. It's for room 3319, requesting a chaplain. If you could please see them as soon as possible, it would be great. Thank you.
Hi, Joe. I have a patient whose family wants a priest, a Catholic priest, to come. She's end stage. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Right before I begin to do anything, or even before I finish that case that I was just called into, another phone call come in.
Hi, Chaplain Joe. I was wondering if you could see a patient who's in 4508. She has pancreatic cancer. It's a new diagnosis for her. And not feeling ready to discharge, and supportive family, but feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So I was wondering if you could see her. Again, thanks. Bye.
Right the moment I come in back in.
Hi, Chaplain Joe. I was wondering if you're available to meet with family of a patient that just passed away in 4311, and the wife is asking for prayers. Thank you.
Hey, Pastor Joe, we need you in ICU bed 19, 3319. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, Chaplain Joe. I have a patient in recovery wanting for you to visit her. She is in space 40 in recovery, okay?
Hi, Chaplain Joe. There's a patient in room 3224. I believe there was a chaplain consult a while ago, and I think you tried to get a hold of family, but they weren't in. But if you are in, if you can just follow up and talk to the family and offer prayers.
Someone is requesting a chaplain. Get this message, Chaplain Joe. Please call the volunteers desk, please.
Hi, I'm working on 3400 today. The patient's family in 3412 was requesting that a clergyman, Catholic specific, would be able to come and visit the patient either today, which is the 23rd, or tomorrow.
This is the nurse calling from unit 4300. I have a patient in room 4318. She would like to receive communion.
Pastor Joe, can you call us as soon as you get this message? Hi, Pastor Joe. Please call us back as soon as you get this message regarding 4321. She wants to speak to you as soon as possible.
The great motivation and satisfaction of that busy, great work really came in when people write me emails or when they stop by my office to express how my ministry has touched their lives, how they have been lifted up by my presence, by my leadership, by my encouragement, and that really kept me going throughout that busy ministry of healthcare.
I'm Elaine Gonzalez. I'm a senior physical therapist here at Kaiser Permanente. So I met him when about 6 years ago. I was really down. I've had my father passing. I lost my home at that time, and also just been separated with my husband. And so that time was very difficult for me. With him, I felt like he was actually an angel. He lifted me up, and I felt so relieved from all this pressure that I was carrying. And just his words and everything that he's told me. Chaplain Joe's ministry has helped me through the years. He's never left my side, but every time that I talk to him, I feel that he's always like, there's always this thing to look forward to, and that everything will be okay.
I'm a Chief Administrative Officer with Kaiser Permanente. Currently, I oversee our medical group operations in Riverside County, California. When I met Joe, we were colleagues at the South Bay Medical Center, where we provide care to over 200,000 people in the South Bay. When I met Joe, Chaplain Joe as we call him, I was blessed to meet a wonderful, wonderful man. He became part of my life in ways that I could have never imagined, in that he really looked out for the spiritual well-being of our patients and our staff and our doctors in the South Bay. And he did that in such a personal, caring way. I mean, regardless of someone's religious denomination and their beliefs, Chaplain Joe and his team were there for our patients and our staff and our doctors when they needed spiritual support. Joe would travel with us to, one of the first times I remember meeting Chaplain Joe was when we rode a bus together to the Revlon Walk, where we were walking to raise money for breast cancer. My mother died from breast cancer, and Joe was always there at 5 in the morning to ride with the staff, to say a prayer before we left. And he was a part of our medical center beyond his formal role as the chaplain. People love him, they care about him. He became part of the fabric of the South Bay Medical Center. Every time we did an activity, every time we had something happen where we needed spiritual support, he was there for us. And his formal role, to provide spiritual support and help to our patients and their families. Anytime a patient was in the hospital having a baby, toward the end of their life, Joe would facilitate bringing people from their faith in to support them, or he himself or his chaplaincy team would provide support to the patients. He was very supportive of me in my role as a senior leader, gave me tremendous support. I would say spiritual support, friendship, collegial support as one of our leaders in the medical center. So it is an absolute pleasure for me to, to say some things about this wonderful man and to give my testimonial to the work that he's doing. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Hi, my name is Barbara Myers. I'm an RN case manager for the neurology department and the ALS clinic here at South Bay, Kaiser Permanente. I met Chaplain Joe, it's about 6 years ago. And around that time, it seems like everything in my world was just at the most stressful, just the most difficult time that I can say in my life. So my very close friend that works here, a fellow nurse, recommended that I call Chaplain Joe, and I had never heard of him. And she told me all the wondrous things that he does for people here at our Kaiser Permanente South Bay. So the first day I met him, what a pleasure. You feel this, this such positive, loving presence. And the very first day he met with me, he listened to me, he supported me. And I remember that one thing he told me. He says, God wants you to be happy. And it just seems back that since that time, very short time later, everything started fitting into a perfect puzzle. Since that time, I'm happily married. I have the most wonderful job. Chaplain Joe continues to bring that positive, loving, caring presence and helps in every way he can. Sometimes we just have him go into a patient, and then everything just seems to be much, much calmer, even in our conference too. So what a blessing we have here with Chaplain Joe.
Initially met Chaplain Joe during a pretty, I'd probably say the darkest time in my life. We had just lost my father, and at the time I was living in San Diego, but my sister was living in LA, and we were really having a hard time dealing. And my sister told me, I talk to Chaplain Joe a lot, and he's like an angel, and so I really want you to meet him. And I think, it could be helpful for you. So when I initially met Chaplain Joe, that was kind of like the first introduction to him, and he was amazing, just like my sister said, like an angel from above. He listened, he was there to give words of comfort. He knew how to comfort us with his words, and he really did. I've also worked with Chaplain Joe. He would have this what he called Tea for the Soul, and it was every Thursday, Tuesday and Thursday, he would set up like a tea station for all of the families waiting for their families to go into surgery. And he would come and he would shake hands, he would bless people, and you would see like how these nervous family members, waiting for their loved one in surgery, you see how nervous they are, but then you see how warm and comforting it is for them when Chaplain Joe comes. I look to him as a wise man, someone who's a good human being. And I thank him for all the support he's giving, all the wonderful things he does for everyone, how he can come into a room and literally make everyone smile. And so I don't know what we would do without Chaplain Joe here.
Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I work at the South Bay Kaiser as a receptionist. And I first met Chaplain Joe in 2010. My friend had told me that we should go talk to him because I had been trying to have a baby. So we went to Chaplain Joe, and he prayed for me and blessed me. And a year later, me and my fiance decided to have Chaplain Joe marry us. After our wedding, 3 months later, we found out we were pregnant, not with one, not with two, but with 3 babies. And thanks to Chaplain Joe and his prayers and his blessings, we have 3 beautiful, healthy babies that are almost 4 years old now. So thanks to Chaplain Joe, we have our miracles right here.
I am blessed to have met Chaplain Joe a couple of years ago. I was actually working on his computer, and we just met through that way. So then maybe a couple months after that, my husband and I are trying for a baby, and we hit a bump that our first one, I actually had a miscarriage, and I just didn't know what to do. I just felt sad and kind of lost. And so when I went to work, I remember Chaplain Joe and just the way I felt when I was with him. And so I came to him, and I told him my feelings, and I felt really lost and down. And then he just prayed with me, blessed me and my family, and to just trust in God. And maybe a couple months later, we found out that we were pregnant. So my little boy now is 21 months, and he's gonna be almost 2 years old. I just wanted to say thank you to Chaplain Joe for the prayers that he believed in us, and now we are expecting our second one, and it's just been a blessing. And he's been with me through all the steps, and even in the hallway saying, "When's the next one? How are you feeling?" So it just feels like he's always there whenever I needed him, even though I didn't know it. So I'm very thankful for Chaplain Joe.
Hi, my name is Christine Carroll. I'm manager of a medical surgical telemetry unit here at Kaiser South Bay. If someone asks me to name a person who has made a tremendous impact on me as a nurse and as a leader, I will undoubtedly say Chaplain Joe. I met Chaplain Joe about 11 years ago when I was a student nurse. Since the beginning, Chaplain Joe has provided me with spiritual guidance and support. As I progressed into my nursing career, working in a telemetry unit to becoming an ICU nurse and finally a nurse manager, Chaplain Joe has always been there for me. But I have to say that my journey had its fair share of challenges and frustrations. I truly believe that Chaplain Joe has made a tremendous impact on me as a mother, as a nurse, and as a leader. And I'm truly honored to have known such giving, devoted, and spiritual person. So Chaplain Joe, if you're watching this, I want you to know that I'm a proud product of your ministry, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.